Hey everyone, talking about Penguin by Zoologist, released basically official release date, I believe, is at the very beginning of 2024. Notes in this are Antarctic air, ice, juniper berry, sea moss, suede, pink pepper, saffron, labdanum, sandalwood, and musk. So this is one of the most I've ever liked a marine fragrance, which is just usually not my type of category, but this is really impressive to me. So good. Yeah, I would say this is the most I've ever liked a marine fragrance besides Flathult by Fishersund. And that one, Flathult, is the only aquatic marine that's ever been full bottle worthy for me. This basically completely delivers on everything I hoped it would from the description. And sometimes you read a description, it sounds great, you try the scent, and the execution is either not as good or maybe something about it just isn't for you. But this is really just like, yes, like that is what it said it was going to do, and that is what it did in terms of this like blast of cool fresh air. Has this very almost like mentholy quality with how the juniper is done here. It's not too foresty either with the juniper style, which it's like obviously I would like that too, that's fine, but I think it's nice that it really does have this oceanic cold air quality to it with the penguin theme that it's going for. And yet it's not sour, it's not like grossly salty like a lot of oceanic, sea notes, fresh, ocean air type of fragrances are, to me at least. Yeah, I don't even usually like fresh air notes in fragrance in general. Sometimes they either, if they don't go too, salty, fishy, almost like ocean air, then sometimes they get too like synthetic, ozonic, and just overall never usually my type of thing. But this is also, I would say, one of the best sort of like fresh air type of accords I've ever smelled. Yeah, there's also this like cold burn of sort of like some bubbling pink pepper under the surface, but it's not sharp at all. So that's nice. The saffron also doesn't go to like synthetic leathery like saffron sometimes can, and it's not too strong. It's very well blended. The labdanum and suede also add some depth, like kind of adding to that full landscape under the ocean surface. The musk is used really well here too, and it adds nuance and a little bit of almost like a fuzziness around the edges that somehow gives it even more of this like penguin-esque vibe. And yeah, this really keeps the energetic cold blast air for quite a while through the fragrance. This is not one of those fragrances where it's just like, oh, you get, that fresh air type of thing or something, some cold, refreshing blast in the opening, and then 5 minutes later, where did it go? And it's completely disappeared. This isn't my first time testing this or anything right now. I'm just re-smelling it as a refresher. But hours later, after I initially tried it, I was still able to pick up that sense of like the cold air. And yeah, I think this is a great combination of unique but still very wearable and smells good, but also smells intriguing. So it's not like I don't want to smell intriguing but bad. So it's nice when there can be something that's like unique, has that intriguing factor, but also just smells like, oh, that smells good. Very nicely done. This is by the same perfumer as another one of my all-time favorite fragrances, which is Hinoki and Hinoki by Scents of Wood. And there's aspects of this that almost remind me a little bit of a combination of Hinoki and Hinoki and Flathult, the marine one that I love that I mentioned earlier. It's just, yeah, so nicely done. I would say it leans masculine stereotypically. It isn't listed at full bottle, I don't think yet, most places, but I believe it'll probably be somewhere around 175, 40, 60 milliliter. Oh, I just love this. Definitely putting this on my best unique aquatics list on my site, and just, yeah, highly recommend it. I love zoologists in general, but not all of theirs are always for me. I mean, I think anybody could say that because they have so many different ones. Some people think some of theirs are too basic and not challenging enough. Some people get, alienated by the really challenging ones. But to me, this is just masterpiece. Really, really well done. And I will link in the description where you can check it out.